Okay, well, I'm getting there, as you can see. Looking a bit clearer now. I cleared a bit of a path from the kayak, from the water, into here too. There's actually two paths to get in here from the water. One that way and then one that way. Yeah, well, still a lot of cleaning up to do. There's a lot of rocks in there too I gotta move. But I gotta cut this is the biggest job here. I gotta cut this this big log here out of the way. It's not fully in the way, but I want to get the site. There's rocks there anyway, see, so I can't move those. But I still want to get this log out of here because it's at a bit of annoyance there where it is. I'll just leave that piece sticking in there where it is. And maybe one day I'll cut it off to burn it, who knows. But once I get this big log out of here, I've started cutting it already with the machete. It doesn't work very well with the saw. It's a wet log and the saw blade gets really jammed in there, so I have to cut it with a machete. That's okay though. Whatever works. Yeah. So once I still have like little things like this I got to clear out of the way too, and all the rocks. But once I get it cleared up, I'll decide exactly where I'm going to sit the teepee. Depends on which section looks the best when I get it all cleared up. It's a weird looking rock there. Look at it. Piece of quartz or something, eh? Wouldn't it be neat if I found a big chunk of gold in it? You never know though, eh? I saved these rocks for the fire pits, put them all in the same place over there. So I can make fire pits both inside and outside. There's not a lot of room to make a fire pit outside here. Maybe, it's got a lot of trees surrounding us here. There are some big white pines there that you can see from here. Some big spruce too. I can see by looking right in here that there's some trees I can use for poles. I think there'll be a lot. I can see more through there, so I don't think there's more over there even. So I don't think I'll have any problem getting the poles that I need. That bush needs to be thinned out there a bit, anyways. I won't thin it out any towards the shoreline because I want that as cover. But I don't mind thinning out behind where the teepee's going to be. I have a feeling the teepee's going to sit right in there. I could put it farther out here too. But I want space in front of the teepee. So when you come out of it, you just not walking into the bush, just space out in front. And I might put the fire pit right there too. Teepee back there, fire pit right here. And of course there'll be a smaller fire pit in the teepee, inside in the middle of the teepee. So yeah, these are all things going through my mind now as I'm clearing this spot out, how I'm going to do it. And again, I'm going to build a fully enclosed teepee. Fully enclosed with poles all the way around. Not like I was suggesting on the last site where I said I was suggesting a tarp teepee, but I'm not going to do that even there because I don't like the idea of using a tarp. It's not natural. So I'm going to build it naturally. All poles, and then I'll chink the poles between the poles with moss and mud. 50-50 probably, moss and mud. And I'll get one of those little handheld ice scrapers, you know, that you scrape your windshield off with. And I'll use that to apply the chinking along the vertical gaps in between the poles. There won't be I'm going to have those poles as close, you know, touching each other if I can, probably. So there won't be much of a gap. It's just to seal the rain out, you know. So yeah, things are coming along. I really like this spot now. I've got some really nice spots for these teepees, and these are pretty secure. I mean, this, like I said, this area here, I think very few people come in here. Like I said, I have to take a long bush road to get in here, and then I have to paddle all the way to the other side of the lake. Well, it's a strange lake because it does have open sections, but it has a lot of narrow passageways too, and it's really nice for paddling. You know, I think it's one of the best paddling areas I've seen around here since I've been here. I really enjoy paddling in here. So, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I won't have time to put up the tripod today, but I actually may get it up this week because, well, it depends. Like I've got four places to build now, so like I said, I don't want to go to the same area day after day because people might see my truck there and say, well, I wonder what this guy's doing here all the time. They see it once or twice, they don't think anything, but they see it coming back all the time to the same spot. Then they might start to wonder. Although even if they did wonder, I mean, getting in here is not that easy, you know. So, yeah, I'm not... I don't think that anytime I've come in here before and I've looked around, I've seen nothing, no sign of anybody ever being in here. No water bottles, no old campfires, just no sign of human activity at all. So I don't expect to have any issues here. And even, you know, even so, I've got the teepee way back in the bush. You know, it's far enough in from the shoreline that there's no way you'll be able to see it from the water. If you came in here now, you'd have to come in a little bit, but I don't think this is the kind of area that people are likely to come in. It's sort of swampy near the edge there, and they don't like that. You know, anything that causes a little bit of discomfort, people will shy away from. But not me. I don't let anything get in my way. I don't care how thick the bush is or how swampy it is. I'll get in there if I want to get in there. And that's how I find these places, because I'm willing to go where no man has gone before. I enjoy it though. This is what I love. Being out here in the bush, all the quietness and the simplicity of it all, you know. Yeah. It's a beautiful place here. But I don't know if I'll come back tomorrow here because, like I said, I don't want to overdo going to one place. I may go to one of my other sites, maybe back to my number 3 build. And my number 3 build's the one I did just the last time. And it only has the tripod up. The other 2 builds have more than the tripod up. They've got a number of poles on them. So I might go back to the number 3 build and put some more poles on that. It's a beautiful spot there too. So, you know, everywhere I go there's beautiful places. But I wasn't too sure I was going to find a suitable spot to build in here, but I did. Just kept looking. I went through some really dense bush and rugged areas trying to find a spot, and man, I could not find one. But it paid off when I kept on going and going and going. So I'm just taking a little bit of a break here now. I'm cutting that big log out of the way, so it's a bit of work. Anyways, I'll be back.